Hey, fellow theme park fans, England Teen, the homegrown tourist here, and we did a Muppet show tonight. I'm very happy with. Please check that. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it, guys?
Oh yeah,
well, I thought so anyway. And so we decided that perhaps maybe we will be doing the news separate. Alrighty, as with me, of course, we have the real Dr. VENKMAN, except no substitutes. And, of course, Dalton, the Authenticators, just decided to join us tonight.
Good evening, folks.
And we have Professor Pixel sporting his New York Yankees sign behind him as well. You know, the big
backwards.
Right. So there is a lot of stuff to talk about. Part of the news that we were going to include, of course, is the Muppets are coming to Disney Plus. But there are some things that are happening around the parks as well. And, yes, we're going to be looking at some food stuff because fat guy, and I'm looking forward to that. A lot of this is going to be more mine and Pixel's kind of speed, though. You guys obviously please do comment and such. We got an announcement that Disney is doing away with their annual pass system. Disneyland is. Whether or not they do that here is still up in the air, but unfortunately, I have a feeling this is the trend. This is what's going to be happening. I would ask Pixel what he thinks about right now, but apparently he was like, you know what? Now's the time I need to go foraging.
No, I've listened.
Oh, there we go.
And yeah, it's. I'm going to keep. This is all kinds of levels of bad things because it's ridiculous how they just don't care about the locals anymore. I mean, obviously, from what I've heard, because I've never actually been to Disneyland, I've heard that a lot of locals of California do get tickets there, and they enjoy going there because it's a lot smoother in comparison to here. Walt Disney World is huge. It's massive. We have the most when it comes to tourists.
It's Texas.
Yeah, we're the Texas of theme parks. Everything's bigger. But Disneyland, it's far more homey feeling. At least that's what I've heard from people who have actually gone there. They have characters running about. They used to. And it gives you that casual feeling. Oh, I'm just walking through having a good time. Whereas the stress of vacation easily comes here because this is the big place. This is where people come. So what they are doing is
once in a lifetime.
What they're doing is a huge disservice to the people of California that like going to Disney on a regular basis. And it's going to cost them a whole lot more to spend each individual ticket. And at that rate, I can see California going, I just don't see it working out for them.
Right now, I'll go ahead, Vink.
I was going to say, luckily that Disney has streaming to fall back on, and the fact that in Disney World, because they're running a half mass right now as far as this is what they could be with Disneyland Open. They make more money, but they had to make a lot of adjustments so that. So as you're seeing the movies coming out, everything's being brought back, all their movies onto one source. That's basically what for it's $70.99 for per month. And how much is it for a ticket for a day at a park?
It's about $100.
$100. So
$30 here.
So even being a local, so it's they're hurting more. Because, even though they have the streaming, they figure streaming will kind of lighten their bills, but I'm sure they're going into debt.
Yeah, LK is in the chat room, and also Maranya, hello. Pixel represents my all-time favorite Disney character, Goofy, with a hat. Hail Xenu, Englandine, can you just drop a schedule of when you don't stream? I'm gonna get. By the way, I used to stream a lot more, and I want to get back to that. Gail's been working nights more, so that frees it up.
You know what I noticed is every time you've been streaming lately more often is when you had that Red Solo Cup.
There you go. Yes, I am far more drunk now and more willing because of what's in the red solo cup. Let's see. LK saying, as the lone California person, I am not surprised at all. The changes over the last decade have been to try and make Disneyland an out-of-state tourist destination. And he's saying, believe me, if I lived in SoCal, I would have been getting an annual pass. Of course, this is all moot until Disneyland and California Adventure actually opens.
That's fair.
Here's the thing, and this is why I'm worried about the whole Disneyland is canceling the annual pass thing. I think it's because they see what's going on here. Now, Disney World, they were saying that a family that comes in from out of state spends more money than, say, your average annual pass holder. I don't know how that's possible. Me and Gail actually we actually did the math and went, oh my God, did we really spend that much on Disney last year? And did we spend that, as the annual pass I get the big dog. Well, now I get the one down, which costs around $50 a month. That means I should get in whenever the freaking hell I want. And also I get water parks, the whole 9 yards. Right now it's a little limited because so are the parks, the opening and everything. And Gail's got the cheapy, she can't go on weekends thing, which only costs $15 a month. But I got the $50 so I could be available to do, oh my gosh, they're having this event. Need to go now during the summertime and winter time and all that if I wanted to do something for the channel here.
It was a professional investment. I'm sure that's how you sold it to her too.
It really was. No, it really was. At a time I was doing video, and I don't know if you guys remember that particular time, but I was never leaving the house. So I said, okay, I want to go. But I said, then I wouldn't be able to work. Aha! What if I
solution?
What if I merged work and fun? But the thing is, go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to add on to your point because you were talking about how much you spent. The average, the local who actively attends Disney is going to spend a whole lot more money in the long run. Whereas I guess they're thinking the people are coming all at once and spending all this money, and that's better.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. One time they might come down and they spend, say, $10,000 for a family of 4 for a week vacation, and then they go away. And we're going to do the same thing, but ours is more spread out. Gail and I have decided, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's not as many restaurant reviews on here as there used to be because we actually did the math and we're like, okay, maybe we'll do a restaurant review once a month and like fast food stuff from here on in.
Budgeting.
Yeah, because there was one time where we went for the food festival, but Gail's like, I would rather sit down and do okay, well, if you whatever you want. Basically, that's my thing. Keep the wife, happy wife, happy life.
You can look at the price of everything, but also count the calories. How much calories are probably in everything you're getting at Disney World?
I'm walking that off. And I probably I eat better at Disney than I do here. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, because you go to Disney and you're walking all around and there's a lot. When you go to Epcot, if you go for one meal at Epcot, even to the beer garden, if you take that away from Germany all the way around through Canada,
no wonder he's having like he's having 4 meals.
No, that doesn't happen. But the thing is what he's saying is right. If you go to a Disney restaurant, that's taking you for the day. More than likely, you're not buying food again that day. Let's see. We have big news, boiled and ate plantains with cinnamon. I don't know if I would count that as big news. Let's see.
Is that you, computer robots?
Big news on his digestion.
When I went in September 2019, I think it was about $150 for a 2-part hopper pass, a ticket that allows you to go back and forth, which, by the way, maybe for Disneyland and California Adventure, I would say fine. But if you're coming to Disney World, do not do a park hopper. Don't. It's a different animal altogether. Disneyland is here. California Adventure is here. You want to go? It's like Universal and Islands of Adventure. One's here, one's here. You just walk right on over. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Getting a park hopper.
Wisconsin cheesy.
But with Disney World, we're more spread out. So you are going to spend 1, maybe 2 hours traveling from one park to another. Don't do it. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. One park, one pass. Trust me on this. You'll get a lot of, like, Disney Food Blog. They want you to spend your money. They're a freaking commercial for Disney. Trust me on this. I'm not. My loyalty isn't with Disney. My loyalty is with the viewers. You're going to be wasting your money doing that. Only if you're 100%. Oh, we're schedule crunched and we wanted to see both things. Blah blah. Yeah, that's the only way. But trust me, you're going to be wasting 2 hours of your day just traveling one to the other. Again,
I have to point out, we're bigger. Each park is its own day. If you go to California, to Disneyland, it is significantly smaller. You can probably walk that, from the things I've seen, within the day and still have time to hop over and ride your favorite ride over at
Animal Kingdom
California
is
Adventure.
a 2-day park if you want to see everything. It used to be the Hollywood Studios was a half-day park, thanks to Star Wars, the Galaxy's Edge, and thanks to Toy Story Land. That's now a full day's jaunt as well. So, yeah, it's a different animal. So I do.
Yeah, we still did one park per day when we went in. I want to say it was like 2011, and I still find that there's stuff that I didn't get to because my brothers were, hyperactive and gallivanting all over the place because they were both very young back then.
You need a trip with me, sir.
That I wish I had gotten to. So yeah, I can only imagine after all the new openings and stuff happened that it's even worse now than it was.
I'm more of a person who says, you got to take your time, enjoy the parks, go. There's so much to see that's not just rides. And I know a lot of times when people go to the theme parks, they're very ride centric. Yeah,
that's another thing with me. I was never really big on rides per se. Like, obviously there were rides I wanted to go on because, why not? But I've never been a ride person. I'm always more about the attractions and the shopping than anything, and the food. Although I don't think we went to a single major sit down restaurant while we were down there, and that's another thing. With all of your food reviews, I'm sitting there going, now why didn't I bring this up when we were down there? Why didn't I bring up that this existed? Because I knew most of the restaurants existed. I just, for my brain was going 100 miles a minute because Disney, and it never occurred to me.
You have to be careful when you come down because Disney restaurants, there are a lot of great Disney restaurants, but at the same time, there are plenty of them that you could pass up, get a meal outside the park, and enjoy yourself far more. You need somebody who has experience with
here's the thing. If you come to the park and this is your only time, also, I would recommend you don't eat at a sit-down restaurant unless it's at the very end of the day. Schedule your meal at the very end of the day. I understand there's fireworks out there, but trust me on this one. If you really want to go to be our guest, or if you really want to go to Cinderella's royal table, why? I don't know. You make it at the end of the day because that will also be a 2-hour. Trust me on this. You guys have seen the videos. Every time you see someone sitting at a table doing a food review, I don't care if it's us, if it's Tim Tracker, if it's the Diz, whatever, Tio Morrow, all these people who should be shouting out my channel to get me more subscribers because they've got all those people. I promise you, they sat down for 2 hours to make that 15-minute video talking about the food that they had. It's a time consumer. Like if Dalton, if you came down to Magic Kingdom, more than likely lunch would be at the Harbor House, unless you were like, no, I don't mind taking 2 hours out of my day.
Is it 2 hours waiting to get your food?
No. But they do very much treat it like a real restaurant. You get your appetizer. Okay, well,
it's like Olive Garden. You gotta wait.
There's 20, maybe 30 minutes between appetizer and meal while you're
entree and then dessert.
And then So, and you're sitting there eating your entree. So yeah, it does take about that long.
and that depends on where you're eating, because there are restaurants like the Beer Garden and Tusker House that's also in a park, and those are
Yeah,
those
Tusker
are
House
worth
isn't
it.
open, and Tusker House is one of the greatest on property.
Honestly,
okay.
if I wanted dessert at any of the Disney restaurants, I would go to one specifically for dessert, because I've eaten with my family at restaurants enough times to know that usually by the time the meal is over, nobody's interested in dessert, and I would feel cheated if I didn't get to try some delicious dessert.
At Epcot, I would take you to England for the English toffee pudding. I think you would love that.
Oh my god!
The best dessert on Disney property is at the Beer Garden. It's that cheesecake.
No.
That is the best.
Oh,
yes,
no.
it is delicious.
No.
It is.
I am so glad I had like half a carrot cake before this. Otherwise, it would be hungry right now.
It's going to get worse because we've got food stuff. Let me get some comments here.
I'd rather go to the hot dog stand.
LK is saying, see, I think in California, the annual pass was yearly flat fee, like $300 or $400. Yeah, they offered a while back. They offered up for Florida residents to do a little payment plan on them because they weren't selling. They're not, we're poor people. You got some people who they actually did articles about this. You got people who are living in their car working at Disney. That whole Florida project, for as bad as I think it was, one of the things that is true are there are people who are living in weekly hotels who then go to Disney to cater to the rich. It's
$50 a night.
Well, some of them you can get for $200 a week and such. But I remember in 2019 they specified that pass holders could only go during certain times of certain years, and that's another thing. They had tiers for pass holders. Let's see. Sorry, I dug out, and one day park hopper was $154 in 2019. In 2019, the cheapest annual pass was $399, which is the one you can go Monday through Friday, not the weekends. But let me tell you something. A lot of the blackout dates are times that you don't want to come anyway. Those are like they might black out the annual pass holders, but who the freaking hell wants to come on Christmas Day? Trust me. Nobody. If you're like, hey, we're going to go to Disney on Christmas, all I have to say,
you and the thousands other of your closest friends.
Yeah, you just wasted your freaking money because you went on a day that is literally so busy it's not fun. Yeah, I thought you were the experimental prototype City of Tomorrow, Epcot. All right, so the thing is they did cancel the annual pass at Disneyland, and fingers crossed that does not come to Walt Disney World. Please do not do that. If it does, yeah, I'm like 99.9% sure it's going to come here as well.
Wow.
I told Gail we're going to Disney a lot in this first 6 months. I think her pass ends on March, and then my pass ends in July. And I told her we're gonna take advantage of it, get all the video in, get all the kind of stuff, because afterwards, I don't know if I'm gonna go so much. So the face of this channel, this is gonna become more about Disney Plus. This is gonna become more about the past, more about things that are the entertainment side rather than the park side, which of course, hey, that includes Dalton and VENKMAN a lot more than
yeah. I was wondering why you guys weren't talking about WandaVision yet.
We will. I want to also, so we'll do a show talking about the first, let's say next week or sometime, we'll talk about the first 3 or 4, and then we'll just continue on.
Yeah, next week it'll be 4 because 3 came out like.
I loved it.
Yesterday.
I love it. I'm loving that show. It is freaking awesome from start.
Yeah, the retro TV references are pretty awesome, and knowing kind of the source material they're pulling from and how they're spinning it, I like that even more.
Yeah,
too.
if you're an old fart, if you're an old fart like myself, and
you grew up on TV Land and Nick at Night like I did,
there you go, and you're a comic book fan, you're getting all the references, or at least most of them. But yeah, it's going to be more entertainment centric. If what I have a feeling is going to happen is going to happen. I think they're going to try to push it so for $100 or something like that, 200, 300, 400, we get like one part trip a week or something like that. But we'll find out. They've got news. We're going to go into an article in just a moment here, because they did come up with a new plan. I have not read this. I just saw this. So we're going to find out together what Disney's new plan is here. Let me share out. All righty. Okay, so Disneyland is creating a new membership. And once again, they are still closed. Why? I don't know. Did you guys know that? Never mind, that's politics. All right. Why California is still closed, I have no idea. Florida is doing fine.
Because that's the source of the zombie outbreak in Walking Dead.
There you go. Now, Disneyland already appears to be working on a new replacement program tailored to specific needs of guests. This new membership offering is in the works. And here's what we know so far. Disneyland Resort President Ken PATRIC recently shared a new membership offering is in development to replace the annual pass holder program. Let's see.
No more pass holders.
Hold on. This new program will serve as a combination of original pass holder program and new enhanced features. Let's see. Patrick expressed that the company is eager to receive guest feedback and share whether it's the number of times that they visit on a product offering, whether it's when it's in the midweek or weekend. Is it morning or afternoon? Is it day oriented, or is it the kind of things that we're incredibly curious to hear back from guests? Okay. Patrick shared that the new program offerings will be influenced by the opinions of previous and potential pass holders. This new membership is intended to promote choice, flexibility, and value. Okay, we'll see how this goes. The problem with this is the word potential. And this might be me gatekeeping, and by all means, you guys can say. But if you say potential, then you're opening it up to everybody, including those who would never buy a ticket, but hey, wouldn't it be nice to with Disney for a little bit? And I didn't cuss there. All right. But I mean, if you're talking to people who have actually experienced the pass holder program, we could actually say, well, we go here, we go there. This is the days that we like to go on, and so forth and so on. Let's see. Patrick expressed that the company is eager to receive. Okay, I just read that. Feedback regarding price, preferred time to visit, and visitation frequencies will be provided by guests. The new program is seeking to optimize new features and experiences in relation to guests' needs. Although it's currently unclear when Disneyland will reopen, we're going to use this time as an opportunity to develop new offerings and a new way to think about the business, given the situation we find ourselves in. The goal of a replacement program is to satisfy the largest number of people. Okay, so it really doesn't say anything about it. That's just, hey, you know what? We canceled what you love, and we've got to come up with something different.
They are full of it.
Yeah.
Basically, what they're doing is shutting down the annual pass and saying, hey, when we open, we want basically everybody to come. And they don't care about the people, the locals. They care about how much money that people spend. They're doing what we're talking about here. They prefer it when people come and spend all their money at once and then leave for a year and maybe come back next year.
Maybe the thought is that
let VENKMAN was first, then we'll get to Dalton.
maybe they think that their citizens are broke and they can make more money off of people who are up on a state.
That makes sense because California has been locked down like
since
freaking
March.
Escape from New York.
Yeah.
Or LA, since there was that movie too.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
were you gonna say, Dalton?
I just wanted to point out once again they're on the side of the lawyer in that one scene from Jurassic Park. You guys do know you were supposed to be on the side of John Hammond in that scene, right?
Yeah,
It's not supposed to be a park that caters only to the super rich.
the only person on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer. Yeah. Let's see. Zach saying about WandaVision, not as many jokes the first 2 episodes, but a lot more development in terms of story. I love this episode, by the way. We will have to talk about it maybe Sunday or something. If you know anything about Disney, especially during cost-cutting times, potential often gets left on the cutting room floor when it becomes a reality. That is with both parks. Universal does the same thing. I was I always talk about. I was one of the leads at Twister for a long time. And I remember when Twister first opened, there's all these awesome elements, and they made sure that all the doors were closed, so you would get a bigger funnel and you would actually see a bigger tornado. There were fans that blew from both sides. So you truly felt overwhelmed by this tornado. And slowly, okay, these are taking out, this is taken out, that effect is taken out. People don't notice it, but people do. You know, it might not be everyone. It might not be the majority of what somebody notices, but they do, because we always get people going, well, I thought last time there was this, because somebody noticed and it was their coolest thing, all that kind of stuff.
Englanding, please tell me we have an article about the missing animatronic on a beloved boat ride.
What? Find it.
You haven't heard about this?
No. What are we talking about?
Give me a minute. Keep going on this, and I'll find the article.
I'll talk about this, and then you find, because no, this is news to me.
I thought they got rid of
Don't bring it up.
He's gonna bring it up for me.
Well, I could be wrong, because I've heard there's
but don't bring it up. So anyway, along the same lines, because Disney gave the middle finger to what was I talking about? Disney gave the middle finger to annual pass holders. It also looks like there's more layoffs coming as well.
In Disneyland?
Nope, Disney World. 3 of the cast members. Let's see. Walt Disney World has filed a notice with the state to indicate that 19 cast members will be laid off in March 20th. Well, at least it's only 19.
Oh, if it keeps going the way we're going in the country, it might be more again. Sadly, so I hope we don't have another week. We had like 8 years before.
Yeah, it's goodness gracious. Now here's the thing. I think. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist as far as a lot of the COVID stuff. I'm not saying it isn't real or anything, but I really am. I think a lot of it is, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. But
engage tinfoil, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I think that Disney is using it as an excuse to cut back, in all honesty. To make it, I mean, Disney is leaner and it is meaner. And that second part, it should not be. And look, you've got people, and I see people in the forums and everything defending them. You've got people who are like, hey, but last year I was paying the same amount of money, but you were being so much nicer to me when we did this, this, and this. And that is, it's not like that anymore. They really are. As I said, they really are leaner and meaner. They're more apt to yell. It's more about the mask anymore than it is about the enjoyment of the attractions, enjoyment of the rides.
It's the rat. The rat's not playing ball with the government, so the government wants money from the rat.
I don't. Oh, go on ahead, Pixel.
I think talking about the rides brings into this next piece of news. Absolutely.
Hold on, just a second though. What do you go to the parks, right?
Yes.
You're mostly Universal, but you go to the parks. What do you think about this new harsher attitude towards guests? And even take the masks out of it, it's just not something we usually see Disney or Disney employees do. What do you think about it?
Listen, when I like you said, I go to more often to Universal. Mm-hmm. When you go between these two parks, there's a definite tonal change throughout. People don't feel as magical at Disney anymore. The magic's kind of dead. It's clean cut. You go.
It's not dead. It definitely is hobbling.
Okay, it feels
magic coma.
Drowned out. It feels drowned out by all the situations that have been placed. I mean, the most welcoming person that I actually saw when I went to Disney just 2 days ago was the person who took my temperature. She was like, hello, and that was because I had a kid in a stroller I was pushing. So I was pushing my nephew and took my temperature, moved right along. That's it. That's the most interaction that I had with a person there. And it feels so hollow. It's like walking through a crowded ghost town. That's how I would describe it. A crowded ghost town.
What I think is funny about that is it was more fun when all of this first started because it wasn't as harsh. Yeah, people were wearing their masks. You know, some people were cheating. I myself, when we went to Disney Springs, always had a drink so I could just basically hold it right here because I'm sorry, I have a hard time breathing through those freaking masks. I was using the Disney ones, by the way.
It's the carbon dioxide.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, because I couldn't breathe. But I now I use those paper things that, and let me tell you, none of them are working, guys. It's you shouldn't be wearing the CDC says you shouldn't be wearing masks outside. By the way,
it's theater.
But yeah, but the thing is, it was so much more fun. People were more lighthearted, and as it's gone, it's not about are you having fun today? Are you having fun? It's more about putting on your mask. Put on your mask or you'll leave it. They actually have an announcement now. You don't wear that mask properly, we're kicking you out.
Well, the only way it's going to change is if people stop showing up. Then they'll be like, you know what? We're dropping the masks.
People already have, and their answer to it is we're going to lay them off, and we're going to make sure that you people who have been paying loyally are not going to be able to do that anymore.
The only problem is they're shooting themselves further and further in the same foot. Eventually, they're going to have no foot left to stand on, and they're going to like realize Disney's bankrupt.
Yeah, I hope not, because our entire economy in this particular area of Florida is based on.
I understand that. I mean, what's Gator World look like in
Gatorland? Actually, you know what? They have a Florida resident going on here. I haven't been there in a long time. Want to feed Puppetine to the Gators?
I want Puppetine by the Gators just throwing meat.
Yeah.
Here, have some chicken. Oh no, my arm.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, he only has one arm on
Puppetine. I like Puppetine.
The great thing about Puppetine, he's missing his right arm. You don't notice that. He already went to Gatorland.
Okay.
No, his arm isn't missing. It's there.
Okay,
it just doesn't move.
The problem with them trying to change California Disneyland into an out-of-state tourist destination is, of course, who the hell is going to go to California in the next year? I don't want to go until I'm no longer hearing the term governor and Newsom, unless it's Newsom is no longer governor, then maybe.
Or unless the word former is involved somewhere.
I don't want Newsom. I want Old Moore.
Yeah. So there you go. You know what? It is what it is. If you want to go, you have to wear the mask, unfortunately. Let's get to Pixel's story, and then you know what? Let's do some foodie stuff. Oh, you know what? We'll do Pixel's story. Then I found another article as I was reading the other one, and I want to look over it and comment, and then we'll do the food stuff.
This article actually comes in two parts.
Okay. Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's what I was.
All right.
Donald Duck animatronic has been removed from the Grand Fiesta Tour and it was replaced with a sombrero. There are pictures right here. Okay. That's what I want to bring up. But there's a new part to it. Just came out. What's today? The 22nd. Just came out 11 days ago.
Yep.
They've removed that too. So now nothing is there.
Right.
And
because they called it a memorial.
Yep.
It looks like a grave. Okay, so here's the thing. And yes, Donald is the worst audio animatronic to lose on this ride. For those of you who don't know, the ride is that they go to Mexico. They're supposed to be in concert. This is the very end of the ride, what you're looking at right here. And all throughout the ride, Jose and Joe right here are trying to find Donald so they can bring him to the concert, make sure that he's in the concert on time. So of all three audio animatronics here that you don't want to break down, it's the Donald, because otherwise it negates the entire story. So I can actually see why this is a problem. That being, it's a temporary problem. Unless they're going to change this.
It says Jose Carloca truck was moved for over a week due to a similar malfunction.
Yeah.
What they should have done, pause it, fix all of them together at the same time, then put it back up.
Well, if they
Well,
do,
you see, this ride, it didn't used to have the animatronics there. It used to have a big screen, and it was the three of them performing. Do you remember that, England team?
yep. Mhm.
And it was just three of them performing. And I don't mind if if one of them's breaking down, they have to take them down. But to only take the one down and then leave a bush there with the sombrero,
I think they do the same thing. Go on ahead.
It's almost like if you look as you're riding in the boat, they have a little floating boat, and it says
Donald.
what's it called? Viva Donald, which is a memorial. And
I know it does look because they go when you're going through part of Mexico, you're going through on the Day of the Dead. So, at one point in time, Donald is actually a piñata. So yeah, if you see that ship and it says Donald, and then they've got a hat on a big flowers, it all looks like a freaking Donald Duck funeral.
Remember me.
Yeah,
remember me.
I can actually see why they want to fix it.
So since Dalton,
Go on ahead.
But
since
here's
Dalton's
the
not gonna
thing.
since Dalton's not gonna say it, he finally quacked.
Venkman, leave the puns to the professionals. You'll hurt
That
yourself,
really cracked
and
me
it'll
up.
make everyone else want to hurt you.
So
But
anyway,
no, it's
let me-
still
let me get
on
this out.
from my understanding.
let me get this out because I've tried 4 freaking times. So
Okay.
anyway, the screen thing would work, and they do that over at Avatar. Avatar has one of the most, I've got the ride on this channel, so check it out. They have a boat ride, and it takes you through the Navi's homeland and such. You see all these animals, but at the end, they have the most incredible audio animatronic ever made. And it's so lifelike, but because it's moving around like this, sometimes it shakes itself to the point where it breaks down. But when it does, it immediately, a screen drops. And so you see kind of like a film of the audio animatronic. So you're not missing that. It really is bad if you waited in a long line not to see that, because that's the grand finale of it. If you go through that ride, which I will say never wait more than 10 minutes for that Navi boat ride. But because it really does look like they blew the budget on this last audio animatronic instead of, anyway.
Didn't the same thing happen when the Yeti from Expedition Everest broke down?
Yeah, the Yeti at Everest is supposed to lunge towards people as they go down a hill. And unfortunately, they found out that the Yeti was shaking the very foundation of the ride. So they had to stop it.
Yeah.
And now that's why you hear terms like Disco Yeti, because in order to simulate movement, they've got strobe lights on it.
Mm-hmm. Because I remember
sad.
when we went in again, I think it was like 2011. I was really excited to see the Yeti animatronic because I had watched a bunch of behind the scenes stuff on it. And when my stepdad ended up going on the ride, because he's more attuned to like thrill rides than I am, I asked him what the Yeti was like, and he said it was broken down. And I was like, "Oh, that really sucks."
Yeah.
Yep. So now it just sits there and it hangs on down, and it's like this.
I'm surprised that they didn't come up with a way to fix it, and you can keep it moving around.
Well, the problem
thing
is it's bolted into the foundation, so it's a lot more complicated than just removing it, fixing. So
Honestly, I think it would be worth it to whenever they get the budget to, they should just overhaul the infrastructure of the entire thing to fix
well,
it.
I heard that they were going to do that, but I heard it before the shutdown. So now that, of course, they're having trouble, I don't know.
Yeah, they'll have to wait. I'm just saying. I mean,
Go on.
the entire centerpiece of the ride is that animatronic. So if the animatronic doesn't work, then somebody needs to do something.
Here, a random note, and honestly, I think Dalton might enjoy this the most. There is a book series called The Kingdom Keepers. It's a children's book series that I used to read. They actually went to Animal Kingdom and won the books, and one of my favorite things is they actually use the Yeti, and they have it that Chernobog was actually captured within the Yeti, and so he peels off the skin and he's unleashed, and it's a really cool moment.
I remember hearing about the Kingdom Keepers, but I don't think I ever read them. I should read them.
It was a good book. You would enjoy it.
Alrighty. Let's see. They're still talking about the puns thing, so let's go to another article I saw, and I wanted to talk about when I saw this because it's from allears.net, and it's
All ears on me.
Yeah, and it's the things that we will never do again because of 2020. So, screw 2020. It was horrible, and 2021 so far doesn't look like it's going to be much better. So,
no.
Things will never do again. Breathe oxygen.
What did I say? We're not going to start on a whole thing about it. The Muppets going to Disney Plus is the best piece of news we'll get all year.
Yes, go see that video, and you'll watch a whole bunch of grown men fawn over all over puppets and Muppets. All right, so things you did for the last time at Walt Disney World in 2020. Due to all these changes, several things were closed for good last year. So we're breaking down all the Disney World things we did for the last time. And the first one is Road Primeval Whirl. This poor little coaster in Dino Land didn't even get a proper send-off. It just sort of closed. Primeval Whirl had been a seasonal attraction for a while, only opening when the park was really busy. And I got to tell you, I love this ride. My family, not as much, but I'm a big fan of mouse coasters. And I can understand why this one shut down. First of all, it shut down because it gave a lot of people headaches. It really did. It's a mouse coaster. But the thing is, I always like to ride it with one of my brothers or somebody because it's all based on weight distribution. So if you could get like a couple of fat guys on one side, we're going to be spinning you skinny over the place on this thing. Because when it goes around a curve, it does a spin. But if it's lopsided, then we're whipping you.
Note to self: never ride with eggs.
Yeah.
We
never drink blue milk.
We become the axis. We become the axis, and it just kind of whips you around. So
Pixel's like, thank God that's gone.
Yeah, we kind of liked that bit, and I thought that was a lot of fun to do to people. So my daughters, however, loved it. They would always sit in the middle, and me and my brother or somebody bigger would sit on the ends, and then it would really just spin really, really quick. Harder to do the end thing with strangers, though. Later that month, we saw that the ride vehicles have been removed, and then in December, a Disney fan spotted the ride vehicles were being relocated. Alrighty. Next is Watched Rivers Are Light of Light We Are One, another closer that was now. That's good. I hated this show. Did you see the show in Animal Kingdom?
I don't like wasting my time. And that sounded like a waste of time.
Well, I've got it here on
light shows are a waste of time.
I've got this here. Not always. At Disney, they could do some really good shows, but this one was bad. It was just boring. The show officially opened in 2017. It did not feature any fireworks for the safety of the animals, of course. And it went through revision in 2019, adding scenes and a score from Disney movies. We're disappointed that the show is leaving. I'm not. It was too little too late because they had nothing exciting about it. It was just very.
Can you mention the animals? Fireworks.
This one, Professor, and I know Dalton, you come here, so a little bit invested. This one I feel because I'm not a huge fan of the new colors. But that is take a picture with the old castle.
It's atrocious. What they've done to this castle is absolutely disgusting because it's not only not Cinderella's castle, it's also atrocious color choices.
Oh my gosh, it's gaudy. It reminds me, it's like it's almost like that birthday cake color now that they had in the in the 1990s.
Oh no.
I don't even understand why they did it.
I know this looks like classic Cinderella right
They
here.
should just paint it all light blue like it is on the logo.
Hold on, let me see if I can. A new Walt Disney World Castle, just to give everybody an idea
Of how ugly it is now.
That's it right here.
Ugh.
It is.
Why would
that
you
really
use
doesn't even
a medal with Cinderella's castle for crying out loud?
There's a side by side, and it's just gaudy. It's ugly. It just, I don't know.
It's ugh.
That is it finished right there.
They-
How is that better? How is that better than this? Wait, no, that is it. How is that? Seriously.
Maybe the evil stepmother got the fairy godmother's wand again, and this is her punishment.
Yeah.
Maybe it just looks like those gaudy like little toys you get.
While we
Like
got
the
a
toy
few,
castles.
yep. While we got a few glimpses before the parks reopened, we finally got to see the makeover in July, and to go along with the new look of the castle, Disney started sprucing up the signs around the resort. It seems like everything is getting a touch up these days. And another thing is not a bad thing. Dined at the Electric Umbrella in Epcot. Now, if you don't know, Epcot is being raised and then rebuilt. And from what I see, everything being rebuilt looks like it's going to be awesome. But they did destroy the Electric Umbrella. And I've got to tell you something, Professor. So?
Yeah, so nobody cared.
The Electric Umbrella smelled like before they laid down the carpet, they laid down dirty diapers. And then they put carpet over it. It was all
there.
Yeah, it was a restaurant, and it served such exotic fare like chicken fingers and Disney hamburgers, which is basically a sawdust burger. So yeah.
No, they're from the Animal Kingdom.
Oh, Maranya, if you think the blue on the castle is way too intense, that the picture that they showed actually in the article was mid-job, and they just did the blue. The pink is so much worse.
Oh, it is. It really.
The pink. Oh, I want a pink castle, Cinderella's castle, bright pink with the blue.
What did Fauna and Merryweather have a wand fight again? Like in
no,
Sleeping
because the blue of the fairies is actually much nicer than the actual blue on the castle.
And that should be done in Disneyland because that's
Sleeping Beauties.
This unfortunately looked like somebody poured Pepto-Bismol over a case of Viagra. It does not look good at all.
Make it pink.
Yeah.
What does a case of Viagra look?
I don't know. Let me show you. No, anyway. So let's see. Strobe lights to simulate movement. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen for anyone who visits the animatronic.
I'm pretty sure Disney has legal waivers, so they have a bunch of lawyers.
They do have signs everywhere that if there's something like that, I don't care how small, they will have something saying this might cause epileptic seizures or something. Making the ride super spinny. Don't have me eat beforehand, otherwise it'll be a food escape. The blue is the wingtips. All right. So yeah, getting back to the Electric Umbrella, it's like the most basic food in the worst area of the park possible. I say but I say good riddance to the Electric Umbrella. Do you know what in that same building, however, right next to it is the Coca-Cola, or was the Coca-Cola station. That I miss.
I'm going to miss it too.
Epcot is the park with the most potential.
Wasted.
And we lost Dalton. Dalton's more than welcome to jump back on. And here's one thing, I'll continue his sentence. I don't know if this is where he was going with it, but there's no reason, and you're almost doing yourself a disservice if you eat at a place like the Electric Umbrella at Epcot. Epcot has fast food joints in China, in Norway. They have at least a place where you could get a brat in Germany. They've got a fast food French place. They've got a fast food Japanese place. You could get all sorts of food. So if you are buying yourself a freaking hot dog.
We have a double Dalton.
There we go.
You do apparently, I guess. But
Alrighty, let's go on to the next one. Shopped at the old mouse gear. Yeah, that's more Epcot stuff. So let's see. This is more. Watch Star Wars: A Galaxy Far, Far Away.
I was going to quickly say the electric umbrella.
Yeah.
Not only is that ironic, as how stupid the name is, electric umbrella. That's going to work in the rain.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then secondly, it looks like Chuck E. Cheese.
It does, doesn't it? And it smells almost.
We're going to give you pizza now.
Let's see. Without an official announcement, the show closed in February of 2020. Even though we'll miss seeing some of the characters, we're glad that the stage will be. Yeah, I've got to tell you, this is another thing I'm not sad to see go. Because I don't know if you remember, but it used to be you would have a straight shot to Man's Theater. So it's a great picture. And then they put up this god awful Mickey hat. And then it was gone. And people were like, yay, we've got this straight shot to the Man's Theater. It's awesome. Now here's a Star Wars stage. Ugh. So yeah, I gotta say I prefer nothing there. Meet Disney friends at Epcot's character spot, or any, actually. They just don't have meet and greets anymore. I don't know if it's the last time you'll ever do it, but for the foreseeable future, you cannot.
Wait, does that mean there's gonna be like you go to a place, or does it mean like people walking around too?
Well, they have people on like floats. They don't have parades anymore. They have random floats that they send out during the day.
Like,
and they have
running
around. I saw Mary Poppins, Aladdin, and who else? There was one. Oh, Peter Pan, all on one float yesterday.
I'm talking
Didn't
about.
make any sense.
But I'm talking about them walking around to the park and then.
Oh no, they never did that. They never did that.
Not here.
Really?
They did that in
only
Disneyland.
did that on Full House, Venkman. They never.
They did that in Disneyland.
Well, it sucks because Six Flags does that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come across Sylvester, Tweety, and all of them to walk around the parks. They have all of them dressed with them.
Well,
So
I haven't been to Six Flags in years. I want to go back one of these days.
they will walk a character out to a spot, and then a line will form to take pictures.
Well, that's it.
But yeah, they don't walk around randomly.
Well, I had them.
Not here.
Six
They
Flags.
did in Disneyland, but
Okay.
they won't now. But
Alrighty. Let's see. The next one up. Oh, by the way, I do like the fact that what they're talking about, the character spot, they did have strange and off the wall characters like Baymax here. Let's see. Watched Epcot Forever. Well, they actually said that this was going to be a temporary show, so that's nothing that would have been closed by. But there you go. Those are some things that you have done for the last time in 2020.
most of them are just shrug. Okay.
They forgot to mention walking around a park without a mask.
Oh God, I hope
with
not.
with a drink in your hand.
I am so done with the masks. I really am. But at least outside, okay? Let's take them off outside. When we go in, if you want, okay, I get it. That's where it can actually be spread. But the CDC says don't wear your mask outside, dumbasses. So let's take that into account. I just cursed again. Sorry.
LK is actually saying yes, at Disneyland they would have characters walk out and around the park. Again, that's because Disneyland, in comparison to Disney World, was much more a locals park. Everybody, well, not everybody, but lots of people in California would go to Disneyland, and it was just more home feeling, which is exactly the kind of feeling that I love when I go to like Dollywood. It's that kind of way where you're going there. Okay, this is like an extended night home, just a staycation.
Right. So, a lot of people want to know: do you praise any of those things that get closed down, Ingleton? Did you have that effect on things?
Did I praise? I definitely didn't praise the electric umbrella. That's for damn sure.
The Dino.
Primeval World. Primeval World is
the cup one. You like the cup one though? You praise that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Primeval World is the one we're sad to see go. Also, the old Cinderella's Castle.
You know.
But other than that, everything else.
So that stage is going away. They're just gonna put something else up again. It just seems that way. They're gonna put a hot dog stand in the way.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Well, they do have Mickey's Railway in the Chinese theater now.
Do you know what would be great?
Did you ride that yet, Englantine?
What?
Mickey's Runaway Railway.
I have not.
You've done yourself a disservice. That is seriously.
Yeah, we haven't been back to Hollywood Studios because of the cluster that the Star Wars land has become.
Well, if you get a chance, I suggest you go.
Yeah, I want to. I want to go, and I want to take Gail as well, just to see things. And I would like to go back to Galaxy's Edge. I think that even without if we don't ride the Rise of Skywalker, which I would love to do, I think that it still has stuff to offer. So, and I do want to do Mickey's Runaway Railway. So, yeah, I'll talk to Gail about it. This weekend, though, we talked about she wants to go, and we haven't been to Magic Kingdom for a while, but we're also big Epcot people, especially, by the way, during the festivals. And this is something I wanted to talk about. And I wanted to talk about it when this first started, when the Festival of the Arts first started, because this is one of our favorite things, food-wise. They kind of found out, yeah, everybody loves the Food and Wine Festival, so why are we only doing these food booths only one time a year? Why don't we do it more? So when they did the Festival of the Arts, they decided, why don't we get artistic with our food and everything? And there is a whole bunch of new foods as well as some old favorites coming back. And I thought, hey, you know what? We haven't done this in a while. Why don't
we're in? We're finally to my favorite part.
Talking about the food. Yes.
Salivating over food you'll never have, Venkman.
Because, hey, look, yeah, I get it.
Neither will you.
when we go around to these things, it really is fun to try different things. These food festivals are a lot of fun. Just to let's give that a try. Some of them are bad, some of them are good, but at least you're trying something new.
So I look at it. I look at his Garfield, the episode of Garfield and Friends, where Garfield and John Odie are snowed in, and he's looking at the picture of the food and eating the pictures.
And by the way, we did lose Dalton, but he knows he's always welcome back. So
he went to Disneyland.
He went to Disney. He's like, holy Toledo! I found out
there.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's see. Is this the best one to have? Yeah. This seems.
That's I sent you one, so I don't know if that was.
The foodie guide is where we're getting this, and let's see. Now on to the food. This is just the opening stuff. Returning is the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine, food stroll highlighting 5 delicious sweet and savory offerings. Blah, 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 yada, yada. Now on to the foodie guide. So this is at the refreshment port. This is right by Canada. And this looks like lobster poutine. It's lobster bisque cheese sauce, pickled jalapenos, and citrus cream.
If it's anything like the lobster bisque that we had, Englantine.
Oh my, yeah, I can't. By the way, guys, watch our review on this channel. Watch our review of the Boathouse, and you will see two guys who are like wanting to go swimming in a bowl of lobster bisque. It was so freaking good. That is something
separate bowls, separate.
I'm telling you, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did have separate bowls. But here, I got to tell you, this looks good. And I'm not a French fry fan, especially I'm not a fan of putting a lot of, it's going to make your fries soggy stuff.
Citrus cream.
You put the cockroach of the sea on some French fries and I'll go down.
Yeah. Well, that means it's probably got some sort of orange or lime sauce across citrus cream.
$10.50 for that.
Holy Toledo. And that's why I don't do so much. Where are you finding the price?
On the site that I gave to you, the better one. It's the same stuff. It gives you the price.
Is this it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll be here. Let's see. Festival World Favorites showed place. We have Remy's Ratatouille with eggplant, zucchini, yellow squash, tomatoes, and red pepper pepperade. Oh my gosh, that looks good. Can you guys see it? Is it big enough?
Yeah.
That's what she said. Let's see. Charcuterie is not pictured here, but we have the lemon blood orange tart. Now that looks good.
$6.50 for that, man.
Yeah, that's for $6.50. It doesn't explain what's in it, but damn, it does look good. I would love to try ratatouille. It doesn't seem to have onions in it, but it looks pretty good. I've never actually tried.
It actually has it says right there. It has eggplant, zucchini, yellow squash, tomatoes, and red pepper bread.
Yeah, picture above to the left is a wonderful walk-up. Yeah.
Oh, and it's also saying it has this artistic cookie, but I'm wondering if
that is that a. It looks like there's a pickle. I know it's a zucchini, but it looks like there's a pickle with like mustard and ketchup and all that stuff.
Yeah, it is. Whoops, where do we go? Here we go. Okay, let's see what we got next. The Painter's Palette. This is artistic food, but here it goes. Prime steak tartare with pickled vegetables, parsley salad, béarnaise anglaise, and sous vide quail egg. I guess that's this one right here. And then we've got salt roasted beet tartare.
That's the one on the left. Yeah.
And it is parsley salad and béarnaise aioli. And that's right here. And then we got a pistachio cake with no, that's this right here.
Yeah. The top
pistachio cake with cherry mousse and morella cherries.
Yeah, they didn't show the steak at all. I wanted to see the steak.
No, that is the steak. It's steak tartare. It's a lot different.
They're showing in the description. It says the picture above left is a salt roasted beet tartare, and then the right is pistachio
tartare. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't think of anything.
Yeah. And then the pistachio cake with cherry mousse and morel cherries. That's up to the right.
Okay, I see where it says picture.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the next one, the deconstructed dish. I got one of those.
Ooh, look at that. Did you see the beverages that comes with that?
Oh.
There's a Kalamata XO.
Red wine, frozen rusty nail.
Do you see it? It says red wine cocktail with a Pib Extra.
Okay. Mr. Pib. The deconstructed dish. We have pictured on the above top left is deconstructed Reuben, rye popover, corned beef, puree, panna cotta, and brine Brussels sprouts with broken Thousand Island dressing. Okay, so that's this right here.
Yep.
Which actually looks good, to tell you the truth. I got to tell you.
Those all look good, honestly. It shouldn't look as good as it does.
I know, right? Deconstructed BLT, which is right here, and this is the crisp pork belly, soft poached egg, brioche, watercress, and Espuma's tomato jam. Oh my goodness gracious! That's $7
in this
now, what's
strawberry cheesecake.
What is that orange bird made out
of? Plastic. I've got one right here in my hand.
I have a pin, actually, but
yeah. Let's see, and the deconstructed strawberry cheesecake, whipped New York cheesecake with fresh strawberries and sugar cookie. And that's $6.25, and that's right here. Yep.
Looks like there's like an icicle just jammed in the middle there.
Okay, and
Maranya is saying that aioli is mayonnaise' uppity cousin, but it really does taste really good.
Yeah, it's just mayonnaise with something in it.
Isn't that Rocky's favorite dish? Aioli.
Oh, and I've had stuff like this. This is a deconstructed, rain boba, fruit bursting boba with sparkling water, non-alcoholic, pictured above.
It doesn't sound like it's deconstructed, but that breakfast definitely does.
The rain boba.
Yeah. Let's see. Cuisine Classique by the Germany Pavilion. I like this artist cookie with the that looks kind of cool. But what we got is a red wine braised beef short rib with parsnip puree, broccolini, baby tomatoes, and aged balsamic. And that's bottom left right here. That does sound good. It's $8.
Yeah, $8.
Wow. Coq au vin, chicken roulade with violet mustard, candied carrots, pancetta crisp marble potatoes, and that's top right here. And that looks like, what is that? Tiramisu? Was almond jacan, coffee buttercream, and chocolate ganache.
That sounds so good.
$4.50. It looks like tiramisu. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Decadent Delights is just soft serve. Whereas this promenade refreshments.
What is it? It's top left, the opera cake.
Yeah,
Just looks like a piece of marble. The card top.
It looks good.
All right. So next up, we have the Masterpiece Kitchen. It'll be near Canada with wild mushroom risotto, aged Parmesan truffle shavings, and Zinfandel reduction. That's right here, and that looks like somebody threw up on a freaking plate. But at least they're charging $9.25 for it. On the other hand, what is pictured here for $8, vanilla rose water and pistachio panna cotta.
It looks more like your cat threw up is like the grass he's eating with everything else.
Yeah, that
And
looks.
then they put a fondant flour right on top of that.
Is that rice pudding?
Yeah.
No. The one on the left is the risotto.
It looks like rice pudding with the texture.
Well, yeah, risotto is rice. Yeah.
And for those watching on your phone can't see it, be thankful.
Yeah, I know, right? Poppies, I can tell you right now, stay away from the almond frangipane cake layered in raspberry jam. We did a review of this last year. It is not good. It really is not good. Here's something. Tomato soup with grilled cheese. That's right here. This is $5.
Little can.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, it's tomato soup with a grilled cheese.
It's kid size.
Yeah, shrimp ceviche with lime mint foam. That's right here.
That sounds good.
And Pop Art Modern Design Sugar Cookies, which is a Pop-Tart, guys. That's a Pop-Tart.
What if they
a freaking Pop-Tart?
What if they're really zoomed out and that can's really big?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But you know what? I think this is a skip right here. There's nothing I'd be interested in.
Hey, Pop-Tarts.
That shrimp. That shrimp sounds good, man.
Okay. Well, yeah, my problem, though,
Spin in the middle.
Is that it looks like it has-
ceviche usually has onions in it, so
I'm sorry, that shrimp thing. It looks like it's a bit of loogie in the middle there.
The artist table has the beef Wellington, which I had last year. It is good stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah, I recommend that.
That's the one on the left.
Yeah, that's right here. And then it's got red wine demi-glaze and fennel cream. I asked them for extra, by the way, and they will give it to you. It is so good. And then we have a pan-seared scallop with chorizo. Now, here's the thing. I would recommend you stay away from any scallop at any food festival for this reason. A lot of times it's cooked somewhere else, it's brought there, and it's put in a heater. Now, scallops are very, very touchy, and they can dry out like that. So I've never had a good scallop at a food festival.
You know, I read that as pan smeared. I was like, ugh, pan smeared scallop.
Well, what about the jumbo chocolate chip cookie?
They don't show it. Why?
It's a chocolate cookie.
I know.
I will say this. This is something that me and Gail got last year, and we promised we're getting this year. Sipping chocolate. White milk and dark chocolate. It is literal. Once again, watch the video from last year. You'll get our review, but it is literally just that. It is chocolate that's been warmed so you can drink. What we've decided is we're going to go get some fruit, and we're just going to use it to dip because it is that rich. It looks like chocolate.
Well, it looks like they got some beer there. They got some Saugatuck Brewing Company Neapolitan Milk Stout.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Yeah, there's alcohol in everything. I'm just not. I just don't usually buy it.
More the star of the show.
Remember Rania saying deconstruct anything seems to me like the cook is lazy and can't make a proper dish. They just put out ingredients out and then make you do their job assembling the meal.
Yeah, no, because when you see the pictures up there, that is very carefully done.
You know what I'm gonna do?
It's not just slapped on a plate.
I'm gonna submit this article to Gordon Ramsay, who I follow on Instagram, and see what he thinks of these stuff.
Symphony and Chocolate Flight Mozart cream liqueurs paired with sipping chocolates pictured below. I'm in. Holy shit. Yeah, let's get that, Gailey. That does look good.
All right.
And then you got the funnel cakes, red velvet funnel cake topped with cream cheese icing and pixie dust. Woo. That is that looks
looks like
a
bacon.
funnel cake.
It looks like a baking cake.
Oh, I like this. It looks like a little Japanese Zen garden right here.
That's actually a cemetery.
Stone garden, red bean mousse with chocolate rocks and a rare rice cake, cracker pebbles, and that's above left. That's this right here. I will be getting this at some point in time. You're going to get my review of this, guys.
My nieces for Christmas once, they gave me a package of just chocolate rocks. They got it from Five Below. I was like, "What is this? You can just give me a bag of rocks?" No, they actually were chocolate. I was like, yeah. And I bit into it. I was like, my mind just couldn't get over it. I'm thinking it's gonna be a gravelly taste and this limestone. I'm like, no, it's chocolate. It's like it doesn't. It's just weird. But
sushi donut, a donut shaped.
It is. Sushi featuring salmon, tuna, shrimp, cucumber, and sesame seed over a decorated plate of wasabi aioli. Basically, what this is, it's a round sushi, and it's incredibly difficult to eat. We've had this before. It's one of those, hey, that's cool. No, it ain't. And this is the vegetable gyoza. It's a vegetable-filled spinach gyoza with a tofu atop mashed potatoes with a kamabako fish cake. That sounds, at the very least, it sounds interesting. Hold on a sec. I seem to have locked the door, and I locked Gail out. So hold on just a sec. Please read some comments.
Alrighty. Well, we have LK saying that tiramisu is one of my favorite desserts. Just incredible when done right, and he likes the sound of red velvet funnel cake.
Go out. We're talking about Festival of the Arts stuff. There's some good ones.
You talked about sushi donut, the vegetable gyoza, vegetable filled spinach gyoza, tofu atop mashed potatoes with kamaboko fish cake. Fish and cake do not belong in the sentence. Sorry.
No. Well, if you want to sit next to me here, Gail, we could keep the camera off and finish this. The
pepper strings food and tonkatsu teriyaki sauce, which is basically the upper end, $6 for that.
Right now, what we are witnessing is VENKMAN trying to keep going with the thing we were just doing.
I told you to read the comments.
We did. Now we got another one. Finally, for what Japanese cuisine could be that menu?
I'll move. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Well, you went always at the beginning.
Thank you.
No, I went to the wrong one. I'm gonna scroll up again because I do want to show. I saw something.
Yeah.
I thought
the one I was reading off was the one that he had up there. That was just next to the gravestone. Yeah.
This is a deconstructed Reuben that looks pretty good right here, and I thought you might enjoy that. But down here is what I was looking at. I think
they do have some really
the red wine braised beef short rib looks really good.
Like that. Fish cake is how the fish shakes.
Yeah, Beef Wellington's back, and they've got this new thing where they have sipping chocolates and they pair it up with booze. All right, let's move forward, and we're gonna go to Vibrante and Vivian. It's between Morocco and France. Let's see. We got chilled seafood cocktail with octopus scallops, shrimp, black garlic aioli, tomato coconut sauce, and a Serrano lime oil pictured above left, right here at the bottom.
okay.
That's not good.
Yeah, you can go by the cameras on them. Let's see. And then we have blue corn pupusa stuffed with cheese and topped with shredded pork. That's right here. Guajalo and arbol, a chili sauce, cabbage slaw, and amarillo crema. My goodness gracious. And then the passion fruit mousse with dragon fruit jam, and that's up here. I am stopping by here, and we are getting one of each.
Did you see what it says? Gluten wheat friendly.
Yeah. Yeah. And then let's see.
Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company.
Coconut passion fruit
And
smoothie.
the world doesn't care.
Yeah, if you go to one of these festivals and you're wasting your time with Jeffrey's coffee or Joffrey, excuse me.
Wow, you guys just don't like Joffrey. Oh,
I don't like. No, I'm not a big coffee drinker either. Okay, so El Artista Hambre next to Mexican Pavilion.
Chocolate.
Now you got, let's see, chile relleno, fried poblano peppers filled with flank steak, black beans and tomatoes drizzled with poblano cream sauce. And then pictured above left right here is the pork belly pastor marinated pork belly atop bagnato puree with charred pineapple and crispy cilantro. And that
Take
looks
me to church, good sir.
That one to the right looks like it's filled with just like, you know, beef and meat.
yeah, but it's a taco de chocolate. Chocolate candy shell filled with Mexican chocolate mousse with a touch of chili, topped with a tropical fruit. I want to try that. I love chocolate and chili.
I thought it was a chocolate.
It sounds very interesting, but that one on the left looks delicious. It looks like a big slab of bacon just slapped down right there.
It looks
Pineapple. It all sounds good.
It's a steak.
Like a winner. Okay, so this is at Germany. Germany is usually boring, but let's see. We got a plant-based bratwurst with spicy turmeric aioli, coffee barbecue, jackfruit, and slaw.
Oh, we got a beyond hot dog.
Thank you, Germany. You ruined bratwurst. And then we got warm brown sugar stuffed pretzel with a banana soft serve ice cream and a chocolate sauce, and that's on the right here. She'll be back in just a little bit, Twids.
LK just said that pork belly is just cubed bacon.
It really is. It really is.
What's the problem with cubed bacon, sir?
All right. So we talked about the lobster already. So what else do we have here? The China Pavilion has old Shanghai Shisu to pork and water chestnut meatballs. And that's right here with taro root. $8.50. And I am not eating here. Is that 2 shrimp for $10.50?
Yep.
Szechuan red hot mala shrimp.
It's the spices they use. That's
Yeah,
why.
I don't care. $10.50.
What is that? Ragweed next to it?
Then at the French Pavilion, you have, let's see, bottom left, right here, creme de brie and petite pain, a warm, creamy brie and a house bread bowl. All right, that sounds good. Then you have the croissant, truffle, black winter truffle croissant, and that's right here. And then you have I'm not French, so it's molten cake and raspberry cake, molten chocolate and raspberry cake with pure origin Verona chocolates. That's right here. And then, of course, the macaroons. And $9.50 for the macaroons. Holy Toledo.
Yeah, that top left looks like something you could just get at a normal bakery place.
Yeah. The thing that appeals to me is the brie cheese bowl.
Or those wafer cakes. You buy them at the store.
These?
Yeah, the top left ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now at the Morocco Pavilion, the Mosaic Canteen has the Mediterranean flatbread with za'atar, pesto, artichokes, roasted pepper. That's not pictured, but that sounds good. And this is a roasted rack of lamb with baba ganoush and picciolini olives, toy box tomatoes. That just looks good. But it's $8 for one thing. And then a orange cake with cinnamon and chocolate mousse. Now that's nice. This is a diabetic's nightmare.
Man, that one on the right though, that orange one, it looks like he just took like a cloth or something like that. It doesn't even look like a dessert.
I know, right? And then we have Italy, which is the pictured stuff. We have an arancini sweet sausage fried risotto balls with pomodoro sauce, and then it's got Laragasta.
Yeah, it's melted cheese. Melted cheese with a little bit of hair on the top of it.
That's what it looks like. It really does. But it's a ravioli. It's vanilla saffron cream sauce and shredded chili peppers, and that's $15 goddamn.
Sounds delicious.
You only get 2 pizzas, right?
Yeah, if it's that big each, maybe, but that's $15. You can go and have yourself a meal somewhere.
It kind of looks like, it doesn't even look like ravioli. It kind of looks like you just have fortune cookies with melted cheese.
Now, from what I've seen for the price and everything, like I couldn't, some of these I would just not do because of the price, like the ravioli. Yeah. Hell no. Same with the donuts, $11. No, this is only $4.75. So yeah, maybe.
Do I want to have the Bergamoto Italian Roscoe Bergamoto Prosecco and whatever that is? It's supposed to be a drink. $16, or I can get two pieces of a lobster ravioli.
There you go. And here is lobster poutine. That is $10.50, but I've seen these. These are huge. So that might actually be interesting. I might try this just for I'm not for $9.
You know what I want? I want my loaded fries with the the cheese and everything on top of it.
This right here, the chilled seafood cocktail, that might be something I try. I gotta admit, that looks good. So does the fruit mousse. So yeah, there's some interesting things there.
Okay, so you lost me at plant-based. Rania says pork belly is what they make bacon from. Yes.
Yeah.
Just give me a big slab of pork belly roasted.
I agree with LK. I want that chilled seafood cocktail as well. Why do they have to put coconut and lime in a good sounding dish?
Because they go together well.
You put the lime in the coconut.
I know, right? With a good brat, if you put the right toppings on it, oh my gosh, I would love it. And they've got some great bratwurst at Germany. But to tell me it's there,
it's for people who
vegetarians go home.
For California,
take them from just give me a big slag of pork belly roasted, and let's see, give me that chocolate raspberry cake every day and twice on Sunday.
I keep saying the bad thing about vegetarians: soon there's gonna be no trees left.
I'm ashamed to be Italian. Those are stingy portions. Abundance is the rule for any true Italian. I know, right? It's pasta. It's cheap. Put it out there. Give us, it's ridiculous.
LK, I pride myself on the ability to throw out a scream every now and again.
So Gail and I think this Monday we want to go to Magic Kingdom. Probably the next trip will be to Epcot to try these new dishes and everything. So you'll get our review of it.
I look at how expensive that stuff is. I'd rather just go up north here in Wisconsin, just go to those steak joints and get like a $30 steak.
Oh, well, that's one thing we actually believe too. A lot of times we would rather go to one of the restaurants at Epcot than we would, because one time I always point to this. One time Gail and I brought about $300. And this is when we were doing well in the 90s, and we spent $300 walking around a food festival, and we realized that we could have gone to any, including the restaurants we normally say are too expensive. For that price, we could have gone to. And so now we're more apt to just go to a Disney restaurant than do these food festivals. But occasionally something piques our interest and we're like, I'm going to try that. But we've stopped with the need or desire to go around to do everything. Come on in, hon.
It just when I see like the lobsters, they justify the reason like it's so expensive because they're so dangerous to go get them. But I'm thinking like maybe like 30 years ago, maybe it was. But I think technology, as far as going and getting the lobsters now, it's got to be much better than easier.
It
than it
is
was.
not that hard. They drop traps. I mean, it's not that hard to catch lobster at all.
I've watched Deadliest Catch. Okay, sorry. These are amateurs. I'm sure there's professionals out there that do this.
Fisherman?
No, but when we were kids, we would swim down to the bottom. It's okay. I get it. Okay, lobster's expensive.
Not Maine lobster you're talking about.
Well, yeah.
It's funny about lobster because lobster didn't used to be considered a.
I know it's a poor person's food.
Yeah, because it was the cockroach of the sea. They would give it to people in prisons. Imagine your last meal in a prison before you lobster.
Yeah.
Oh, how could you do this to me? This is an insult.
So yeah, like I said, our next trip we're going to Magic Kingdom. We haven't been in so long, and after that we'll go to Epcot and give a try to all these artist palette stuff. And
that Beyond Brat definitely is calling your name.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Gail the vegetarian bratwurst.
Wrong.
You don't want
No,
you can hear the disappointment.
Hold on, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up again.
No.
This is for Gail. So give me just a little bit of self-indulgence here, because Gail can actually see on the TV screen what we're passing by. I want to show you something that I absolutely
I think it might be further down.
No, but I want to start right here because we are definitely getting this, and that is the Ratatouille. That's on the
Wow,
yeah. That is, it's $5, so it's not expensive. And then the lemon blood orange tart is right next to it.
For $5, you can get a burger from Carl's Jr.
I wish Ashley
it's
could go with us
okay.
because this is a pistachio cake. But right here we've got
An
a
Orangeburg.
BLT and a deconstructed BLT and a deconstructed Reuben. So
Yes.
one for each, and we could try both.
I just noticed that the Orangeburg kind of looks like Casper a little bit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
The
And
eyes
then
stuff.
at the Germany pavilion, they had the Cuisine Classique. This tiramisu looks good, but right below it is a red wine beef braised short rib, which I think looks good.
Now-
And so does the artist cookie, but it only looks good. I don't want to eat a Disney cookie. Disney cookies suck.
It looks like it has that nasty icing on there you find the sugar cookies. Ugh.
Of course, they've got the beef Wellington, and they do have the sipping chocolates back at America.
Oh, the wild mushroom risotto.
This is getting bought right here, honey. The Stone Garden red bean mousse with chocolate rocks and a rare rice cracker pebbles. That right there is getting bought. The one you see that? Yeah, I want to try that, hon. That looks good. That just looks good. Like it looks good. I can't really say it looks good, but it looks good.
Marania says, I'd frankly want blue crab or crab in general more than lobster dishes. Any lobster I've had is pretty flavorless. Blue crab has the best flavor in any dish it's in.
I agree. I agree. And I want to try this dragon fruit right here and the chilled seafood.
It looks like watermelon.
Cocktail. But this is blue corn pupusa stuffed with cheese and topped with shredded pork. And it sounds interesting. But there you go. This chocolate Choco Taco is next. I don't care what anybody calls it. What they call it. I'm calling it a Choco Taco.
There's actually meat in there. It's like just roast beef.
Yeah, it's a chocolate shell with, as you can see, shredded pork on the middle. I'm kidding. No, it isn't. It isn't. It isn't. But it is a chocolate mousse. This is what they want me to force you to eat, right? Coming up just a touch.
No, don't
That
put this on us. Don't
Professor
put this on us.
Pixel's like-
You're the one who was the forcer.
Pixel's like,
Don't you put that curse on me, Ricky Bobby.
your orders. Tell her to eat the plant sausage.
No.
No.
But
I said
Yeah.
take her out to a proper restaurant outside of Disney.
Venkman says we should go to a proper restaurant outside of Disney. But here you got lobster poutine, which actually looks pretty decent. Hey,
Try to find a sizzler.
those two
What's up,
shrimp cost $15.
No way.
$15 for two freaking shrimp. Then this is the I'm letting it catch up. This is the cheese bowl.
Isn't it alcohol?
Say
Look
again?
at those.
No, it's just a shrimp cocktail with only two shrimp for $15 freaking dollars. And the cheese bowl looks pretty good. The lamb looks pretty good, but I like this.
Maybe you're paying for the glass too. You get to bring it home.
Yeah, maybe you get to bring the glass home. I don't know. Well, anyway, there you go, guys. Thank you for the self-indulgence as I showed my wife the pictures and such, because we are
You
playing.
re-examine the.
I can't wait to cut this and make it a 30-minute food review.
I know. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut a lot of this up, and so we can have different videos. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us. The wife's home, and she doesn't let me do this while she's home. She's very adamant about that. I know, right. Very mean woman, Gail. She's Have you ever seen Santa Claus Coming to Town? The Burgermeister Meisterburger. She's very much like that.
If only she'd be like Puppetine's wife. She's very nice.
She goes out to the kids. Oh, no toys, no toys. She even does it in that German accent, like the Burgermeister Meisterburger. Yeah.
What do you mean? She helps out Puppetine all the time, fixes his glasses and everything.
And she's like,
whenever they're
Wait, she's seeing a puppet behind his back.
Yeah. No, well, actually,
they're the same person. So
yeah. That's it. That's it. Yeah, she's
when she's drunk, she sees Puppetine.
horrible mean person. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I am just kidding. She's wonderful.
When she looks
when she's going to kill you after this.
No, when she looks at Ingleton, she sees a puppet.
probably
We're probably
will kill
seeing
me.
what Gail sees.
She sees the hand right up at. Oh wait, okay, we're going too far.
She probably will kill me after this, but come on, don't I deserve it? Seriously. Anyway,
Little
gang,
bit.
once again, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thanks to RDV and Professor Pixel. Not only check this out, but before we did this stream, we talked for about an hour about why we love the Muppets. So make sure you're seeing that video as well. And let's see. I don't know. Just thank you very, very much for watching. Remember, have a zippity doo-dah day.
And we'll see you.